Hey guys, sorry for interrupting. I'm Lou Nieves Jr. alongside
Jesse Torres.
And welcome back to our podcast, our 20th episode. Can you believe we made it this far?
You know, like the people could cheer. Yay!
Wow.
You did it.
Well, yeah, so anyway, we are back for another episode 20, and thank you guys for joining us. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing if you're watching us now on YouTube, or if you're listening to us on our podcast, also subscribe. We are on all major platforms on podcast where we get your podcast. So thank you, and we really do appreciate you being with us for this ride. 20 episodes is an achievement for us because we didn't think we'll make it this far, and I'm excited for it, and I'm excited for the other 20 that are going to come in the future, or 100 or whatever.
20 and 40 and 60 and 80 and
wow,
100.
now she's Count Dracula. You know who Count Dracula is?
So
What?
no, I don't.
You don't know who Count? Wow. You know, there's some things.
Oh wait, isn't that Sesame Street?
There are some things in this life of mine with Jessica that I question.
Wow, you said with Jessica. You always said with Jesse.
Oh, whatever.
That's serious.
It blows my mind how she grew up in the same era as me. We're the same age, but she has like no recollection of any childhood memories of any
Even
kind.
my sister and I grew up in the same household, and she knows the world. And
It's
I'm
like-
here like, where was I?
You know that pen in Men in Black? Oh, you probably don't know this. There's a pen in Men in Black where they just press a button and makes you forget everything. Yeah, that's probably happened to you multiple times in your lifetime. But yes, in Sesame Street, there's this Dracula. They call him Count Dracula, where he counts and he does ha, ha, ha. You were doing 20,
No, I
40,
used to.
60.
You know why?
Oh, God.
Because I never used to watch PBS.
What did you watch as a
Wait,
kid?
was that PBS?
Yes, PBS. But what did you watch as a child?
It was like Author.
That's-
Author was my
that's,
Author was my favorite, and then every day at 6:00 I used to watch Supermarket Sweep. Like, you gotta get all the big stuff.
Wow.
You're going to ShopRite. No, Mom. I'm like, yes, I could do this.
Wow. You know, there are things that I know about Jessica, and then there are things that I learn about her as
we
we're
go.
doing like life together. You know, and it's like it blows my mind. But anyway, so today, Jesse and we were discussing some things about our podcast and where we want to take it next, and some ideas that we've had, and Jesse took the time out to write things down from episode 1 all the way to episode 20. You have it? Oh, I
haven't seen it.
No, I haven't seen it. It's the first time you've seen that.
This is our like podcast notebook that I created, and then I have like it says take notes, and then I have our picture here and in the back.
In this book, because she had sent me some pictures, it's a breakdown of the transitions that we had. So I believe it was the first 5 episode. You explain it to the first 5 episodes.
Let's go.
Okay, go ahead.
The first 11 episodes were only audio.
So the first 11 were only audio. We didn't have any YouTube or any videos.
No.
Okay.
And then
also, I think in the beginning too.
The first 10 actually, because then it was the 11th and it was shifting, and that's when we then.
Got you. Yes, that's right. The shifting, shifted. And then the 12th we did the first video, which was in the car. Mm-hmm. But I know that in the first, I believe it was 5. It was just episode 1, episode 2. They didn't have titles.
Yeah, that's true. We didn't have titles. Mm-hmm. We just had exactly what we were talking about. We're putting in the description.
Yeah.
And it's for you guys listening or even watching. Mm-hmm. It may not be a big thing to you guys, but it takes a lot of work to do this.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud that we got here. Like, because even breaking it down and seeing all this, like, okay, our first through 5, we didn't have any title. And then we learned, we're like, oh, we should put titles.
Yeah,
and then we did titles. And then switching it to video. It's exciting to see this. It's exciting to see the numbers, how long we've been on video, how many comments, views, likes we've had.
The subscriptions.
The subscriptions. So it's it's fun. This is like our baby, and I don't know. I'm so happy.
We're learning as we're going, and that happens in real life too, in relationships too. Like, you don't know where the relationship's gonna go, so you're just going along for the ride to see where it goes, and that's kind of where this podcast has started from. Which it was just something that we would just wanted to do because we do talk a lot. We've explained it before in the past in previous episodes, where we talk so much and we feel that these conversations should be heard by other people and have some insight from people, and just give the opportunity and platform for others that we've even had guests on to express their opinions or their thoughts on certain topics. So it's a big change for us.
And seeing the consistency that we've been on, we like every week except 2 weeks, which was our first our first episode, and then we skipped 2 weeks. We skipped a week. It was that week that we
kind
missed,
of bad,
and then the one that I was sick, which I couldn't. But we've been so consistent since September, and it's, how do I say, we've been consistent in our relationship, right? Like, make sure that we're always talking, that we're seeing each other from the very beginning. Like, if you watch our video, is how we needed to see each other and be consistent with that. So I feel like the same thing with our podcast, and it's just
it's awesome because not everybody would understand this aspect of it, of doing a podcast, because not every relationship just says one day they're gonna do a podcast and they do it. But doing it and then going through the changes where we had started recording in the bedroom, and then we came here to the kitchen, and then we moved to the living room for a couple episodes, and like just so many different transitions and changes.
Just trying new things. And like we're so open about it. We're like, okay, what did we do on this episode? And it takes a lot, guys. Like, it really does. It takes. And then I was nervous in the beginning, and you guys didn't see it because we weren't on video. So it was like I used to sweat a lot, and I used to always say that. And it just seeing the growth, and yes, it's only 20 episodes, but it's huge to us because we put in so much. And seeing it written down and breaking it down, I was just like, oh my God, it was like a proud moment.
And then even like the equipment where we didn't have lights, now we have lights. We didn't have these tabletop stands. We had like these bendable arms.
The arms,
And today we just bought new microphones because, not to get so technical, but these microphones they're meant to be hung upside down in a studio kind of way, where like, let's say you're singing or you're an artist and you're rapping or something like that, or if you're doing like a no, don't start.
When I say
I'll turn off your mic.
Many these
I'll turn that. I'll even crop you out of this video, like you won't even see it. It'll just be us.
Like Photoshop.
I'll edit it. It'll be a ghost there. If I knew how to do After Effects,
I'll still interrupt you.
You'd probably haunt me,
like Casper.
Oh God, you know that. At least she knows that, But no, it's great because we are not only consistent with the show, and we try to be consistent with it enough where it's something new and fresh each time. We don't want to be repetitive with it. And it's the same thing in a relationship. When you're in a relationship, you want to continuously spark that love interest in one another, because sometimes it can be boring, that same repetitive lifestyle that you live, especially if you're living with the person or you're married. Jesse and I are married, and we don't live with each other, so we don't see each other every day. And maybe that's something that's good for us too, that as of right now, because we've been together for a year, we do enjoy each other's company with one another and the time that we spend. But for the most part, I don't see Jessie every day. I'll go probably 4 days without seeing her. And then when I do see her, and if I do see her, it's for a couple hours. Like for today, for instance, we had just a little bit of time together. We watched a little bit of Super Bowl. And then we recorded and we recorded a little bit of the vlog that you'll see on Wednesday with the kids. And it was just like, we're doing different things now as a family. Like, we're more incorporating our life to you guys, so you can see more of our background, not just what we talk about every Monday. And I think that too is just us being open with one another behind
and
closed
checking
doors.
ourselves. Checking to see where we're at in our relationship. Then it's the same thing as checking ourselves in our podcast.
Yeah, and every relationship is different. Every relationship is different. For ours, it's a blended family. We've had children prior. There are some people that don't have children. There are some people that can have children. The list can go on and on. What I'm saying is, most importantly, it's just consistency, and I can't express that or stress it enough. Where just being consistent,
consistency and communication.
Yeah,
which we always say,
because it
have the C's.
Yeah, it's just I don't want to sound like I'm like beating a dead horse, but because love can die, it's a known fact. Like it can just vanish, and you can start searching for the love elsewhere. I think it's important that love that sparked in the beginning.
Put in the work.
Yeah. And that's like what we're doing with the pod. It's kind of similar, you know, where it's like if we want to see results, we want to see more views and more listens, and we want to connect with more people, we got to continuously do this. And even like being healthy, like in our last vlog, you know, we went to the gym last Sunday. We haven't been there since.
We're not sponsored by them, but we have our bottle, water bottle.
But what I'm saying is that
we're trying, literally.
And that's the point. It's just trying, like. And when you're in a relationship, the whole point is about trying.
Yeah.
And if you notice, and I said this to Jesse the other day, maybe even last week. For instance, if you get a flat tire on your vehicle, you have 3 other tires on your car. You're not gonna poke every tire because you got one flat tire.
You'd be like, all right, that's enough, or sell your car because you're just like
yeah, like I only got 3 tires. I can't drive this thing. Might as well just leave it here. No, you're gonna do something to fix that tire so you can keep going. It's like if you run out of gas, what do you do? Just leave the car there and don't get gas? That's the same thing with love. Yeah. That's the same thing with communication. Just because one thing doesn't work out doesn't mean that the whole relationship over and then you just give up.
And it goes with our podcast, right? Because we do talk about relationship and we talk about how our podcast is, if we go by how our first videos were, or if we have a video didn't do well, we're not just going to be like, all right, we'll wrap everything out and we're going to sell everything and that's it, we're done because people are not watching or people are not listening. We're consistent and we keep try new things, see what the viewers like, but most important is that we focus on us. And we want to bring joy and
laughter and entertainment, and you just want to have a well-rounded show where it's not something where people like start feeling bad for them, or we don't want that. And the thing is, this is not us acting. This is who we are every day in our relationship. You see it in the vlogs, and I know like social media can implement that highlight reel of your life where you only see the good things, but this is really us on a 24/7
and we want
basis.
to also show just the positivity because especially it's Monday, we air it, right, and people are dragging to go back to work, and some they just
people hate Mondays.
People hate Mondays. Some people, not everybody.
No, that's what I mean. Like just certain people hate Mondays. So at least if we can
give you guys something to laugh about or something, just to get out for the next 30 minutes. Get out of whatever you're worrying about and just listen to us, just being us. Like, why not? And we're gonna continue doing so. And we just want to thank you guys for always, your support, your love, and
I also
comment and subscriptions.
Listen.
You know what you should do?
What?
I think
like stop interrupting me when I'm about to talk?
I think I say that in all, right? You take all the clips.
No, I'll be there for a long time.
From all of them?
Yeah, because I'm the one that has to do it. How about you do it?
Eventually I'll get to that.
Oh, one day I pray. Guys, pray with me right now that Jessie learns how to edit.
In Jesus' name, amen.
She can edit everything that's being done here. The video, the audio, and then publish it. And, oh, my God.
I appreciate you.
No, and I enjoy doing it. If I didn't enjoy doing it, I wouldn't do it. Listen, we're not getting paid for it. It's something that we enjoy doing. And I do appreciate the people that do hit up Jessie, because no one hits me up. I'm nobody. But a lot of people talk to her at her job, friends, family. They hit her up, they message her, they DM her, and I've got some DMs too. And I appreciate the people that are listening, even though you don't you don't see it, I know that they're there, and I do appreciate that. We appreciate it. And I know that people look forward to this every Monday, and it's been drilled in us that to be consistent, like not to just drop an episode any day of the week. We want to build a following where you are expecting something to come out on Mondays, and now with our vlogs on Wednesdays, and it's just something that
and we don't force ourselves to do it because we don't force ourselves. We really enjoy it, and if we can't, we can't. But we've been, because like last week, I will talk about that. Last week we were supposed to record for this week, so we don't have to, because as we spoke before, we tried to record two episodes when we don't have the kids. But last week was very tough for me because I started having an anxiety attack, and I just literally had to pause. And I was like, I thought I was able to do it, and then I'm like, no, I can't. But it wasn't because I wasn't going to fake it. I wasn't going to fake, like, how I was feeling. And I was going to try and push through, right? And I was just like, yeah, no, I could do this. And I'm not going to let the anxiety get to me or, like, have it power or whatever. But then I was just, I can't. And it's okay because, we do have time. But we're still consistent. I'm feeling great now. That was just a moment.
No, I find, I'm shocked because we talk about what we're going to talk about before we press record, and for you to share that with people, is very encouraging. And I know that there are people out there in the world that suffer from the same thing as well, and it's not easy. When it happened, I was telling Jessie, and I was angry, and maybe I approached it wrong, and I was just telling her, like, you can't do this in this state of mind. You're having an anxiety. I know there are a lot of things going on. Of course, of last week when we heard about Kobe Bryant passing and his daughter and everyone else that was on board of the helicopter, it can get to your psyche because now you have children, you're a parent, and you start thinking the worst. And of course, the kids weren't with us, and Jessie was thinking about that, and it was what was causing the anxiety. And I was just telling her, like, it's okay. Like, you're going through something. You don't have to do this. This is not something that you have to do. Even if we were getting paid for it, you're going through something. I'm not going to force you. I'm not going to tell you have to do this. You need to take care of you first, because that's what's most important. Without you, there's no balance for your children. Like, they need you more than anything. So you need to get it together. Go do what you have to do, and we'll do this another time.
And I was just trying to not force myself. I was trying to beat the anxiety.
No, I know.
And I've learned throughout the years, and we'll talk about it more on other episodes, but I've suffered from anxiety attacks and panic attacks for many years, since I was about 15 years old. And I've learned to overcome it without any medications. So there's times now where I'm like, no, I'm going to push through. I'm not going to let this affect me. I'm not gonna have it control me, but me control it. So that was one of the situations where I was like, no, I am going to try to control it, and that's why I was trying to push, but I couldn't. And it's okay. It's okay to have, even like breaking everything down. Louis was like, just go to the room, and I was just like, okay. Like at first I wanted to fight it, like, no, and then I was like, okay.
No, and listen, I don't know what it's like because I've never suffered from it before. I don't know, and I try to understand. And I think it's just something that it's very difficult if you never experienced it to understand that anxiety, that pressure that you put on yourself. I know I've experienced it before when I was like 17, 16 years old, but never where it was consistent enough where it happens more than once throughout my lifetime. So being that you've experienced it enough with me, I still don't understand it, but I try my best to be supportive, and I think with that support system, it makes it easier for you. Not that what you're going through is any easier, but I think with that support system and having someone there that tries their best to understand and tries to help you.
You don't dismiss what I'm feeling, where you're just like, all right, you go and you figure it out, and because this is you, you try to be there, and I do appreciate that. I just don't know what to tell you to help me at the moment.
Yeah, no, it's difficult because when she was going through it, she couldn't even talk. I'm like, tell me what's going on. And I started to realize that I was getting frustrated. I need to back up a little bit because I don't know what she's going through, and I'm not gonna force her to express that emotion when she can't even express it herself. And that can
when
be,
I can't even figure it out myself at
Yeah.
the moment. I'm like,
Yeah.
where is this coming from? But then I see what triggered it,
and no, that's hard. And listen, I spoke with my cousin about this, about what happened with Kobe Bryant and how it affected her and the people around her, and even her daughter, who was a big fan of his. And I was never a big fan of Kobe, but that doesn't mean that I'm heartless. It didn't affect me the same way it may have affected other people. And seeing and hearing it from you and family members and how it affected them, it's really heartbreaking, because the story and the legacy that he had was so impactful, not just to his family, but to people that were inspired by him and motivated by him, and the people that he touched around the world is huge. So it's expected to see that response that people had given him, and just seeing how much love is out there in the world and how people could come together for something so tragic is incredible. But then those personal things that you start like, wow, that could have been me. You start putting yourself in those shoes, and that can cause that anxiety. And I try to stray away from it, because anybody who puts themselves in that situation could definitely feel that impact.
And that's why I had to stay away from social media Monday, because I'm like, I can't.
Yeah, I know for you it was tough,
Yeah.
because you couldn't see it and hear it.
And it's not so. I mean, there's things that happen in the world
All the
every
time.
single day.
Yeah.
But seeing so much of it, I just had to, like, you know what, I can't. Just for my sanity, like, so I don't have to, like, those are trigger points where then it's not the actual act of, like, what's going on, but there's things in there that affect me. So I'm like, okay, I need to, like, step away.
Yeah.
And
no, there's nothing wrong with that. I just need to get the emotions out, because you hold them in, it can really hurt you. Because like I said, I wasn't a big fan, and I saw how it affected people on the internet and family and friends, and I'm like, wow, they must have really invested so much time into this person, that having them pass away really affected them. And then I started thinking, man, how would I react if Al Pacino died? Because I'm such a big fan of his, and I don't want to think about it, because it's like, I still haven't met him. Like, maybe, and this might sound selfish, but it's like, maybe after I meet him, Dan, you can pass away.
God.
I know that sounds crazy, right? But don't take it that way. I don't mean it that way. Al Pacino, if you're listening, I'd like to meet you. But I've done enough stalking of his. I at one point even owned every film this man ever made, and there were times where he was filming on Staten Island that I will go to the sets and just wait for him, and he will only sign and take pictures after he finished filming on set. And there was one time that I had school the very next day and I couldn't stay, and then my aunt sends me a picture with him, and I'm like, I waited for this guy for like 3 days, and then you go one day and I lost my mind. But yeah, so no, I do think that if something like that, because I invested so much into him, and I love him as an actor, and he's inspired me in his films that he's done, and I think that if that would have happened to him, I probably would have felt the same way that some of my friends and family have felt. And people think like, Al Pacino, why him? Man, listen, if you watch his films and you're a film nerd like me, and you enjoy film and acting, and you would understand. You may feel the same way about somebody else, but that's someone to me. Like, I understand that, and as a kid, you may not think about this. Maybe you have, but I remember we were talking about this too. Like, when I was a kid, I used to fear losing my dad. Like, that was something that always, maybe that was anxiety, I guess you could say, where I would dream that my dad passed, and I would wake up in tears. Like, where's my dad? What is he doing? And he will still be alive. And I'm like, as a young child, I would be like, what would life be without my dad? Because I grew up with my dad, and thinking about that will really devastate me. And I would catch those, I guess you could say, anxieties. And as I've gotten older, I don't allow those thoughts to control me, and maybe that's what caused. I don't know, but I do know as we are in this relationship together, I am with you in this, no matter what it is, and that's why I tell you the things that I tell you. And I think that if you're in a relationship too, and you're witnessing certain things like this, where you're a significant other, you need to be supportive and don't run away if this is something you want.
Yeah.
And it's almost relatable to our podcast, because this is something that we want, and we're not going to allow things to stray us away. Like, we're recording this right now at 10:24 p.m. where I should be in bed getting my great 8 hours of sleep so that we can wake up tomorrow and go to work and have no issues. But I'm here recording, and then I have to edit this recording, then gotta publish it, and then we still gotta finish recording the vlog that we didn't finish when we started when we got here.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, so
But no,
consistency is key.
Yes, consistency is key. And
Man, I need water
want to
after
say that I do appreciate you, and you're finding the time to like really be there for me when I am struggling. And even though I can't speak at the moment, your understanding of that. Maybe not at the moment, because you're just like, let it out. What's going on? Like,
because the thing is, you don't know when it's happening.
Yeah,
like, I don't know if it's like.
Yeah, but at the moment I can't say anything, so it's like
it's tough.
So it's
tough.
But I appreciate you wanting to learn more of it, and I just appreciate you.
Well, you're welcome. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
You know, it's no relationship is easy, man. Even our relationship, where it's a lot of love and a lot of laughter, we have a lot of ups and downs too, but it's not to the point where we just say, you know, this is not working today, didn't work, so it's not going to work in the future, and we just, you know what, end this, and we keep it moving. There are times where I want to end the vlogs and I can't, and then, you know, times where I want to throw this microphone and it's like, you know, she don't let me speak.
Listen, if he didn't like it, you wouldn't have put it in the video.
Well, I put it for entertainment purposes, because I'm like, people gotta see what I'm going through, because if I don't show nobody, they're gonna be like,
those
why?
are your excuses. You love it,
and I'm sure they love it too, because, you know, people, they laugh at you, and they laugh at my misery, and they laugh at me.
You're so cute.
Oh, great! Now you're touching me on camera. Don't touch me. There are other people watching. No, but listen, man, I don't want to keep you guys. I just wanted to thank you. This was a great first 20 episodes. Again, want to thank everyone who supported the show, who's been on the show. Thank you guys. We appreciate the love and support. And to many more. I mean, I feel like this is a birthday, you know? Like, it
is. It's a celebration. We have to embrace it.
You should do it at 25. People are like, why you do it at 20? Because 25 is like a quarter to 100.
Yes, but 20 is a little like hitting a milestone, I guess.
Yeah, it's like our quinceañera, just 5 years ahead.
Which,
you know,
we're excited for.
They don't do
sweet
like 16s, it's sweet 15s, quinceañeras.
Yeah, or...
Yes, that's what quinceañeras are 15.
Yes, I know.
Quince.
Oh,
you don't think I know Spanish, huh? I Googled that.
No, but we should celebrate every, you know?
Nah, you're right. I mean, listen, it is
every
a celebration.
Episode that we put out, we're celebrating, because...
No, it'll be a lot of money. We'll be getting balloons and cakes for every episode.
No, I'm not saying celebrating like that. I'm saying like celebrating like within ourselves.
Yeah, I'm celebrating inside is the cheapest way. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. And if you enjoy it, I know I cut you off, but share our video, our video. Or
you have anything else to say before I can speak?
All right, go ahead.
I have nothing else to say, but thank you. This is our story.
We're sticking to it.
Thank you guys. We love you.